Good morning, it's Tuesday morning and again I'm just going to have a day in today. Already got all the windows open, I've done some washing and I've got that hung out on the line. I did get 2-3 lots of laundry put away last night, so that was great. So I'm pretty much up to date with the laundry. I just got some work clothes from last week to wash for both of the guys, and when I do that I have to then put the machine on a empty wash, hot wash. So I've just got my Owl t-shirt on. This is an old one as well. I've had this a while and I just got my jogging bottoms on because I've got things to do and I'm hoping to get some crafting done today. I'm hoping if I can get all my chores done first thing. So here we go. Right, this is my project for Tuesday. I want to pull all this, everything out. I want to give it a good clean and dust. And I might be swapping bits and pieces round as well. Because I have got the 2 small bookcases. So watch this space because I will be doing a little bit of reorganizing. So I've had this unit and I used it like this for quite some time now, but I have got other ideas that I want to do with this space. So I'm going to get on. Not sure if I'm actually going to video it all or just show you the finished item. So that's this space. As I said, I like to do a bit each day, and I have got a list of organisation and projects that I want to get done around our home. Right, I've just hoovered down here and I've just put the jackets there because normally we just have one jacket each up there just so it doesn't get too cluttered, but I know there's a couple of extra ones that I've turned up. So while I'm doing this little bit here, I thought I would show you under my stairs. So here we are. I have actually put a little light down there so hopefully you can see a bit round. Now the story about this is I wanted storage for the recycle bins because we used to have them in one of those big containers that you normally store cushions in on the outside. But very often I found that family members didn't like going out, especially when it was raining, and things used to be left on the side. So we measured it all up, went to B&Q, Wickes, priced wood up and worked out it was going to cost about £80 without time to make something for my storage boxes for the recycle bins. So I was sitting in the lounge, I mean this is actually going back now about 3 years, maybe longer, and I looked at our old coffee table which we were replacing, and I said, let's see if I could go to IKEA and get just a cheap coffee table. Now this was £12 and it just fits lovely. We have got extra boxes because the ones that we are using at the moment are both cracked, and we have now got replacements, but it's a matter of getting the old ones actually picked up, so whether we have to smash them even more, because we have a communal area where we put all our rubbish. So what happens is they used to, I think, get thrown or dropped, and if they hit the curb or something, they cracked. We haven't had the problem recently, so that's, I think, been dealt with. So that is the storage boxes. Well, recycle bins at the top. I have got some I've been sorting out and found boxes that I was going to keep, but I've decided to let go. So I've got plastics on the left, cardboard on the right. Then the little shelf is where shoes, and yes, I have got quite a few pairs of trains. Normally I have 2 pairs down here. The ones that I'm using are my gardening ones, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of trainers by the looks of it there. So I'm going to have to sort that out. Then right underneath is where we put the bottled drinks. So that is that. Now, just here, I can show you, just along here is where originally it was. There was a partition bit there, and we had a little bookcase in there and one of those little desks like I've got our granddaughter when our kids were growing up. So it was like a little hidey home. And then when they outgrow that and everything, and later on when we were camping, I said, well, how about knocking through? That's why the carpet is actually different now. You can see down there where it's split. About knocking through to store the tent. Now this goes, I can't really show you too much, but this goes right down here. So coming through, I'm not sure if it's actually going to show up, but I actually got the tent there, and that goes all the way through there. Now this pine shelving, I'll come step it back a bit so you can see what I'm on about. It's one of those that you usually have in a shed. We did have it originally in the shed. Then I had it upstairs. Used to have toys on actually. The upstairs cupboard that's now got all my decorating bits and storage. And then I said we were going to get rid of it. And I said, hang on a minute, can we cut it in half? So I've got some shelving under the stairs. And that's what we did. So right at the top, I've got that box, that green and blue box is actually full of cars that used to be belong to my boys, but a lot of my friends' grandkids like playing with them. I've then got the jigsaws and some games, and then down the bottom there, if you can see, I have got all my like Keep Fit. I've got my yoga and Pilates mats there. And then I've got some more games, which you can't really see because it's too dark. Let me just see if I can get some light on there. There we are. We've got games there. And then right, the last couple of shelves down here has got my son's camping stuff. Like his fridge, his power cable and everything like that. All his crockery, cutlery and things like that. We don't actually use our tent much now, not at all since we've been caravanning. So I just wanted to show you what I'm doing. And I'm changing little things about and seeing how it works. As I said, organisation does change. And you just go with it. As I say, it might work out for a time and then you think, well, I can tweak it or I can make it even better. And that's one of the jobs I have put off for so long, and I'm finally getting it done. Alright, so I've cleaned the shelf there, and this is the plastic runner I actually had on the shelf just to protect, you know, from wear and tear from shoes. Now this is actually drawer liner that you get from IKEA. I use it a lot around our home, and I've even got some on the top bit just to protect it from sliding in the boxes, just to protect the wood, especially if the boxes get put back damp. It just makes it a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this down. Now one of the bits is going to have to be, I think, cut off that way and maybe doubled up. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. I've got to do the measurements. But until I get a chance to go to IKEA to get another piece, I'm going to cut this down so I can protect the shelves on here, just in case I change my mind, as you do. And I want to see how this works out. Another thing I always keep, because I used to keep it on the shelf with the shoes, is this box here. And this is really handy. Basically we've got this footwear waterproofing because we use that to spray our hiking boots. But then I often keep laces, especially for the guys' work boots and their trainers, because of the wear and tear and everything. So it's always handy to keep some shoelaces spare, so I keep those in the box like so. So I'm going to do some measurements on here, and then I'm going to cut this down. So you can see that I've actually just covered the shelving, and that will do until I've decided whether it's going to be permanent or not. And if it is, I can always get some more. I'll probably get some more of this when we get to IKEA anyway, because I do like to keep it in the home for different uses. So as I say, that is how it's going to be. As I said in my other video, I did buy the 2 bookcases, both of them for £5 for both of them. So it was just easier than actually buying a shoe rack. So as I said, we'll see how this goes. Systems do change, and I'm trying to make it a little bit more easier to get those boxes out of that cupboard under the stairs for recycling. Right, so I've cleared this. I don't know whether I actually pointed this out. This is my actual heat resistant mat that goes on the dining room table, but very often we use it more on the floor in the lounge when I've got my friends' grandkids here doing crafting. And then behind I've got the walking stick, and out of the hall I've actually moved that tabletop there, that white one, and the shoe and boot tray there, that was actually in the hall. So that just tidies that up, and that was all along here. And the baby gate I've put behind here, because we don't leave it up on the stairs unless our granddaughters come in. So it just thins it all out and makes it all look streamlined. Now, the boxes that were here on that shelf, they actually had all my hats, scarves, gloves for the family actually, and boxes of bags. We had so many bags. Now that is coming on tomorrow's video, which is Wednesday, so I'll be sorting that out. And what I want to do is I want to have maybe a basket or something on that shelf with hats, scarves and gloves, and then the bags. As I said, I had a rough plan how I wanted this to go, and I sort of jotted all my notes down. It's one of those things where you're having to do a couple of things to get back to the original thing you wanted to do in the first place. But it's just making a start, and that was my problem on this project. And what I will do is I will live with it for a time and see if it does actually work. And it just, as I said, it does actually make it a lot easier and more room there. So that is my project for today completed, and I've also done the decluttering. So I've got actually I found my husband's best trainers down here because he has work trainers on to go to work, then he changes in industrial boots, the same as my son. So, and I had a couple of pairs of trainers, and I didn't have any extra jumpers actually or jackets. Son had 2, hubby had 1. But I have kept 2 pairs of trainers down here because they are my gardening ones, and they're the ones that I'm using every day. Sometimes I swap between my peach one, pink ones and those. This is always left in the hall. It's a ketchup bowl. Even relatives now, sometimes they hang the keys up on that little rack there. Other times they put them in there. Sometimes they put the wallets in there, anything, because we've had occasions with our old sofa especially where things have actually fallen down the back of the settee. We've had phones and everything. So I just like to keep a ketchup bowl near the front door. So I'm really pleased with that, how that's turned out. And as I say, I will live with it for a time and see how it goes. Right, I think I wanted to point this out. This is something I measured up before I went ahead and did the bookcase. I have got small feet. As you can see, I could put my shoes side by side and I kept 2 pairs in. Hubby and my son have got big feet. They are tall anyway. So what I've done is before I started this project, I did measure up and made sure the trainers would fit on. So I just wanted to point that little bit out because, as you can see, they'll only get 1 pair on, but this is something that you have to think about sometimes to a certain extent when you're doing a project. Have a rough idea in mind. Try and measure things out. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I try and do it as much as I can. Obviously things happen. Sometimes you might get your measurements wrong or things don't work out and you have to tweak it. But I did, as I say, wanted to, before I started moving pieces of furniture, to make sure their trainers would fit on. Just a little bit of planning sometimes does help, and it does save time in the long run. Right, I just wanted to actually share this item with you. It's the While Working Joy kit, and it's by Kirsty Alsop. Someone from the craft group actually gave me this, brand new, never been used, because they know I like to try different things, and I was sort of saying, well, I don't start anything else new at the moment. Obviously I'm still on a budget. I'm trying to stay on a budget, as I said, and crafting can run expensive, but I've got a couple of ladies, as I said, at the community centre saying about get me into knitting. I know basic knitting stitches and everything, so I've done a couple of squares, but as far as I got. Found another lovely lady that's going to show me how to crochet, and she's got the crocheting hooks, and I've got some wool and everything, so that's a not spend, but you can see where I go. I see all these lovely projects you can do, and especially when I nip to hobby craft, and you know, you can get sidetracked onto something else. It's nice to try different things out. But anyway, I'm going to show you a closer look at this set. So I was given this about couple of weeks ago, and I never got round to actually, I don't think, showing it. But we've got the bank holiday weekend coming up, so I may be doing it, or hubby might give me a hand to do this. So I'm going to show you a closer look at it. So here's the box, as I said, and it's nice because finding different people that do different projects and different crafting, so it's just nice. And look at the, I know I keep saying about the box, I mean the box can be reused as well. So this is how it looks, and you've obviously got the instruction manual here, and it's showing you like this design here, to put on like a vase. I did do a little bit of bead making, but again, if it's something I'm going to actually do, I might invest in the pieces as well. I might wait until Christmas and maybe birthday if I want to start another project or something, or get into some other form of crafting. I'm sure people can understand and relate to getting hooked on a craft, then losing interest or the expense. So included in the kit, you've got the wires and you've got all these things, and it goes into this metal plate underneath over, which is this one, which is quite heavy actually. So yeah, even hubby said he wouldn't mind having a go, because this is the metal plate, as I said, and you use these on the metal plate, and I'll show you a picture, and there is the diagram there. And then you've got all the beads, which I quite like because it's got like all this reddish and silver and everything. So very much into like my bedroom decor, and even at Christmas time. And we've got a few more little embellishments there, and then they've got the blues there. So as I say, it's never been used, and it's interesting to have a go at this. So sorry for about all the wrestle. So I'm looking forward to having a go, and it might be something that me and hubby can do together, you know, when we're sitting, dare I say relaxing. He probably would say no, this is not relaxing, but I just wanted to share that. As I said, I like to try different projects. It's just obviously sometimes the expense, especially if you need a lot of things to start that particular project. Right, I'm a little bit annoyed with myself because I did all the footage for my flip tag book, these 3 tags here. I did all the video in, showing how I did it, and it was about hour and 20 minutes footage. I obviously speeded it up, and I put music, and what did I do? I permanently deleted it off my phone by accident instead of deleting the other video that I meant to delete it, which is still on my phone at the moment. But hey ho, this is what happens, and I can't do anything about it. I mean, it is annoying, but I have showed you how I've made the tags before. So what I'm just going to show you is the 3 tags that I actually did complete, with the obviously minus the footage. So the first one is this one here. I've got my own template, as I said, and basically I'm using all the bits and pieces I've got. I've already used some of this range before, and I've just put it on this gingham card at the back here, and put a doily that I got from Poundland here, and then these papers, which is all part of the same range, and then it's just got a little thing there that says Free Spirit. And then I've ended up putting these embellishments on with some gems in the middle there. So that's the first one. This is the other one, again from the same range, and I've used papers from Poundland. This is part of the same range, and the butterfly I got from Poundland again, and I've got Love This, and then I've just added a couple of odd bits of my embellishment box to just, you know, finish that one off. So that's the first one. Then I've got this one, again lilac and purple are my favourite colours, and I've put one of these cardboard frames, again from Poundland, and some little heart stickers, and this little dress, and a couple of silver hearts, and then this sticker saying Sparkle. Again, using all the bits and pieces from my embellishment box. So on this one, I've used the unicorn paper I got from Poundland, and I've got this sticker here, Your Pure Magic, and then down here another one I've layered it, Cooler Than Unicorns, and I've just put this little rim of pink strip paper down the bottom, and I've used some of the silver stick-on embellishment there, say a unicorn sticker. So that's that one. Then this one I've used pieces out of the 3D cut book that I got from the Works. This bit here and these show you how to do the design, so they're not really actually used, but I decided I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to use them on one of my tags. So it is here, Live Your Dream. I've got Laugh there, and I'll just add some bits and pieces on there like so. And then You Are Awesome, Laugh as much as you breathe, love as much as you live. And there's that one. I don't like wasting pieces, so as I say, I was going through my embellishment box, and that's what made me think I'd do some more tags. Plus, I'm getting preparations sorted, ready for my craft group tomorrow, because we are doing the flip tag book. We started it last week, so we will be continuing it this week. So I thought I'd do a few, because sometimes I don't have a lot of time in the actual craft group sometimes to do my own craft, so I like to, you know, get a bit done when I can. I am really annoyed, as I said, that I lost all the footage, which is a shame really, but as I said, I couldn't help that. Can't get upset about it. I'm sure I could have tried to retrieve it, but I didn't think it was actually worth the aggro. So there is the 3 tags that I'm really pleased, so I can add those to my tag book.